morning. On behalf of the Department of Veterans Services and the town of Plymouth, I welcome each and every one of you here today on the 11th month, the 11th day, the 11th hour, Veterans Day. Would you please join me in reciting the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. I request that you remain standing for the opening prayer, which will be delivered today by American Legion Post 40 Chaplain Post 40 Phil Ryan. Thank you, Phil. Sorry, that's a mouthful.
Uncover. Oh God, our Heavenly Father, you have blessed us with brave men and women who are willing to defend our freedom. May your protection and grace surround them each day. Let your healing hand be upon those who suffer wounds and injuries. May those who have made the ultimate sacrifice rest forever in your holy presence. Comfort the families who mourn and are left to remember the precious lives of their loved ones. Help us to honor and support them. Let us ever be mindful of each sacrifice made on behalf of the American people by sons, daughters, husbands, wives, mothers, fathers, and friends. Amen.
Thank you. Please remain standing. The Plymouth Band will now perform the national anthem. And now I'd like to invite Miss Vicki Gerard-Crelligan to come up and sing God Bless America, please. Do you want me to move that down there?
Thank you.
Sorry.
It's good. God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above. From the mountains to the prairies, to the oceans white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. From the mountains to the prairies, to the oceans white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless
Please be seated. That was really beautiful, Vicki, and I think the way our world is, we need that. Thank you. Good morning once again. My name is Roxanne Whitbeck. I'm the Director of Veteran Services for the town of Plymouth. And I would like to take the time to welcome our dignitaries today. We have State Rep Matt Moratori. Congressman Keating has sent his regards. He had a previous commitment on the Cape. I guess they were having a parade in Wareham that they hadn't done in 6 years, so that's where he's at today. Our police and fire chiefs and their staff, our select board, Charlie Bletzer, and all of you. I'd also like to welcome our new Commissioner of Health and Human Services, Michelle Brady. Michelle, as many of you probably know, Michelle has been the director of the Center of Active Living, but has recently been promoted to the first Commissioner of Health and Human Services, and I'm so thrilled to be able to work with her. Thank you, Michelle. We are anxious to see where this new model is going to take our town and how we'll have partnerships with the community that will help our citizens that are in need. So thank you, Michelle. I know you're going to do a fabulous job. Thank you. Welcome to Colonel Ed Connors. It's always a pleasure to see you. You grace us with your presence every year. He comes from Hampton, New Hampshire every year for these events, so thank you. And of course, to all of our veterans and their families, you are the reason we are here today. Please give a round for all of our veterans. A round of applause. Thank you for all of you who choose to serve in the future, those that are currently serving, and our veterans that have worn the uniform in the past with pride. Thank you. Today we're going to start by honoring a student that has committed to the armed forces after graduation. Please allow me to introduce Ms. Sophia McManus. She is a current student and a varsity athlete at Plymouth South who plans to join the Air Force after graduation. Since entering Plymouth South High School in 2021, she has taken college preparatory course load, including 2 years in the College Career and Technical Education Program, Medical Assisting Pathway. She has been a member of the varsity soccer team. She is a member of several club teams, and she works part-time at Cabbie Shack. What is most impressive about Ms. Sophia is her drive and her maturity. She entered junior year knowing that she wanted to serve her country in the U.S. Air Force and inquired about the potential of early graduation in order to join as soon as she was able. After educating herself on the process and the steps that need to be done, including scheduling meetings with administration and local evening programs where she could take extra courses, so she would be on track to walk across the stage on June of 2024 with her high school diploma. I'd like to invite Dennis Russell to, he wrote a little poem for Miss Sophia. Dennis?
Good morning and happy Veterans Day to all, and a special poem, if you will, for our recruit and all those who will, upon graduation, take their next step in their career in a military field and uniform. So today's poem is dedicated to Sophia. It's good luck, recruit. And I hope you can all hear me. To the men and women who choose to serve, their commitment takes a lot of nerve. At their post, both night and day, they have the courage. It's the only way. Keeping America safe and certainly right. so we can all sleep better at night. Let's support and defend our soldiers who train to be the best, commitment and discipline above the rest. Prepared and ready for all to thank, so respect our warriors who hold that rank. They symbolize the red, white, and blue and defend America for me and for you. So wish them well, keep them safe and sound as they fight in the air, on the sea, and on the ground. To you and to all the recruits. And there's a special gift from Director Whitbeck, Roxanne, American Legion, and the VFW, and some items in there for you that I think you'll really like. So thank you very much.
Good luck, Miss Sophia. I know you're going to do great things out there, and thank you for your dedication. Next, I'd like to invite Ms. Hannah Gleason to the podium. Hannah is a recent graduate of Suffolk University and currently studying for her master's at Bryant University. While she's not a veteran herself, her dedication to veterans and volunteering for veterans has never ceased to amaze me. This young lady has single-handedly raised over $10,000 for our Veterans Gift account that we can help our veterans in their time of need. Please welcome Hannah.
Hi, everybody. Thank you for having the honor today to speak with all of you for about 5 minutes, if you can just bear with me. Today, we gather to honor and remember the remarkable individuals who have selflessly given their all in the service of our nation, our veterans. Veterans Day is a time to express our gratitude and pay tribute to the immense sacrifices these brave men and women have made to protect our freedoms and ensure our way of life. The sacrifices of veterans are immeasurable, and their commitment to our country is unparalleled. When we think about veterans, we often think of the heroic actions on the battlefield, the courage in the face of danger, and the unwavering dedication to their fellow soldiers. It is these sacrifices that we commemorate today, and it is these sacrifices that remind us of the true cost of freedom. Veterans have given up some time with their families, missed important milestones, and faced unimaginable challenges while serving in some of the most hostile and dangerous places on earth. They have endured long deployments, grueling training, and the emotional toll of combat. Many have returned with physical and emotional scars, bearing the burdens of these experiences for the rest of their lives. But the sacrifices of veterans do not end when they leave the battlefield. They continue to serve, not only during active duty, but also as they transition back into civilian life. They carry with them the value of discipline, dedication, and the sense of duty that enrich our society. They became leaders in their communities, advocates for their fellow veterans, and sources of inspiration for us all. As we express gratitude on this Veterans Day, let us remember that our appreciation should not be confined to just this one day a year. We should strive to support and honor our veterans every single day. We must ensure that they have access to care and resources they need. Roxanne is a great resource for that. Whether it be for physical injuries, post-traumatic stress, or any other challenges they may face. It is essential that we, as a nation, commit ourselves to providing educational and employment opportunities for our veterans, helping them transition smoothly into civilian life and finding meaningful careers. We must stand by them just as they have stood by us and ensure that they receive the recognition and support that they deserve. As civilians, we need to reciprocate what these men and women did for us by taking care of our country while they were serving. We could do simple things such as organize and participate in clothing drives, pick up trash that's on the side of the road and avoid littering, or even thanking a veteran when you see one. I would like to take a moment to acknowledge 3 veterans near and dear to my heart. My great-great-uncle Arthur Ribeiro, who passed away in May of 21, who served in the U.S. Army as a combat medic, and then my grandfather, Dennis Ribeiro, who served in the U.S. Navy on the USS Independence, who is sitting right here in the front row. And lastly, Edward Romero, who is my great-grandfather who served in the U.S. Army, who the American Legion in the town of Plymouth is named after. In conclusion, the sacrifices of our veterans should serve as a reminder of the price of freedom. We owe our veterans a debt of gratitude that can truly never be repaid. But we can honor their sacrifices by providing unwavering support and by upholding the values and principles that they have defended. Let us remember, not just today, but every day, the bravery, selflessness, and dedication of our veterans. They are the embodiment of the ideals that make our nation great, and they have given so much for our sake. It is our duty to remember, respect, and appreciate their sacrifices. Thank you, veterans, for your service in enduring our community, and thank you, friends and family, for being there to support them. Thank you.
And lastly, but certainly not least, our Korean-era veteran, Vincent Albanese. I had the pleasure of sitting with Vincent and his family yesterday. Vincent served in the U.S. Navy from 1951 to 1955. He packed a lot of adventure into those 4 years. One story he told me about yesterday that really was so scary was he was on a ship. He was being transferred back to his other ship, and he was on a cable in a chair kind of going, I forget what the term is, but not a chair, but transport to the ship, and the cable broke. So down he went into the ocean and was bobbing up and down until they were able to rescue him. So that was really scary to hear about that. But he lived to talk about it, and he's here with us today, which is amazing. He was stationed on the USS Great Sinkin, which supplied ammo to the 6th Fleet. He started as a gunner's mate and finished his time as the captain's yeoman. Vincent comes from a long line of veterans and currently has several grandchildren and great-grandchildren serving. Some of them which we're fortunate to have with us today. Thank you. He met his beautiful wife, Josephina, in Italy. They came back to the U.S. to begin their family. Josephina didn't know the English language, and can you imagine what kind of challenge that would have been? Vincent remained active. Vincent remained active with the VFW post in Waltham, the John M. Sullivan Post 10334, seeing it through several moves, renovations, and dedications. It is a beautiful post. He is also the driving force of several of his ship's reunions that were held over the years. Thank you, Vincent, for your service, and thank you for sharing so many stories with me. And I'd like to invite Brad up to read a poem for Vincent, please.
Hello, everyone, and happy Veterans Day to you. A veteran's prayer. Dear Lord, I've served my country. My love for her is strong. I've stood behind Old Glory when others thought her wrong. I've joined in celebration and raised a toast and cheer. I've pledged her my allegiance and sung her anthem dear. I've wept for fallen comrades who proudly fought and died. The freedoms they defend, I cherish deep inside. I am proud, I am an American. For her strength and peace I pray. There's no greater country. God bless the USA.
And this is on behalf, this is from the VFW, American Legion, and myself. Thank you so much for your service. Thank you for sharing your stories. Oh, okay, let's see the show. And let me tell you, he is certainly proud of his ship, and he told, like I said, he shared a lot of stories and a lot of pictures with me yesterday, so it was truly a blessing. So thank you, sir.
Thank you.
At this time, I would like to invite the Plymouth Band to play a salute to America's finest. Please stand and be recognized for the service when they play your service anthem. Thank you to all of our participants today. Immediately following the ceremony, we will be hosting a light lunch at the VFW Post 1822 at 22 Seven Hills Road. Please come and have lunch with your fellow veterans. I'm sure that they'd appreciate it. I'd also like to thank PACTV, Mark McKinley and his crew for recording our ceremony today. Thank you. Thank you to Joe Goldberg, who always does a great job and goes above and beyond for our veterans events. Joe is a veteran as well. Thank you for your service, Joe, and continued support of the town. And Joe has asked me to mention that if any veteran, they're hosting an event downstairs this evening, the Titan cage fighting. If any veteran is interested in tickets, the group wants to offer them to the veterans. So please contact Joe, and he will get you hooked up if anybody wants to go to that show this evening. Before I close, I would like to invite our new commissioner, Michelle Brady, up to read the proclamation from the governor.
Thank you so much. And before I read this amazing proclamation, we would be completely remiss if we didn't. Oh, thank you, Matt. This is he's good at this. Very useful. I want to take a moment to thank all of you, all those who have served, and the families who support all of those that have served. But I also would like to take a moment to thank our incredible veterans agent in this town, Roxanne Woodback. Without Roxanne, as many of you know, without Roxanne, none of this happens. So I thank her immensely from the town and as a friend. I thank you for everything you do for veterans. Thank you to Post 40, thank you to VFW, and thank you all for being here. Now it's my honor to read this proclamation. Whereas it is the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, a proclamation, whereas since the Commonwealth's earliest days, thousands of men and women have served our country in defense of freedom and liberty. And whereas on November 11th, 1918, after 4 years of conflict, the armistice was signed in the forest of Champagne by the Allied nations and Germany, ending World War I, the war to end all wars. And whereas, since that day, every November, people from around the nation have gathered to honor our veterans. And whereas in November 2023, the world will commemorate the 105th anniversary of the armistice that ended the fighting in World War I at 11 a.m., November 11th, 1918. The 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month. And whereas there are approximately 300,000 veterans living in Massachusetts, and whereas today we are reminded of the great sacrifices and contributions our veterans have made to our country, and whereas we honor and salute those who served our country throughout the generations with honor, patriotism, and courage, and whereas it is appropriate that all Massachusetts citizens remember the bravery of those who served their country, so that their dedication and sacrifice serve as a reminder of the cost of our freedom. And now, therefore, I, Maura T. Healy, Governor of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, who I am not, do proclaim November 11, 2023 to be Veterans Day, and urge all residents of the Commonwealth to take cognizance of this event and participate fittingly in this observance. Thank you.
Thank you, Michelle. Now I would like to introduce Tim Maiori, who will be playing taps in honor of our deceased veterans that can't be here with us today.